What's up guys, Aleyzr here, and this is going to be yet another first episode of a new series that will be called Nadespotlight. In this series I'll show you a specific grenade that you might have not known about, or we'll discuss known grenades and how they can be used. And this is exactly what we're going to do in this first episode. Today we are taking a closer look at the default Catwalk smoke on the Mirage, its function, and what you can actually do with it. So yeah, let's go. So first of all, what's the purpose of the smoke? So in my opinion, this smoke has three main purposes. First one is providing you cover so you can safely cross behind the boxes and no one can see you like crossing to the boxes. The second one is denying information. You want to make it hard for the enemy to know if there's one guy mid, two guys in mid, or three guys in mid, so they don't know if you're actually fighting for mid control or if you just have one guy trying to fake the mid control and you're doing something else on the map. And the third main purpose of the smoke, in my opinion, is enabling plays around it that you can do, for example, like flash yourself through the smoke, go into connector, peek on top of the boxes, play like a one-way, go through the smokes. There are a lot of things that you can do with the smoke, and we will now get into that. So before we hop into the specific plays, I want to say that in my opinion you should have like a bunch of different catwalk smoke that are perfectly fitted to the kind of play that you want to do, in case you decide you want to do that play in the beginning of the round. So the first thing you might want to do is jump through the smoke with a flash and surprise the connector guy. And in my opinion, when you're trying to do this kind of a play, you want to have a smoke that is more towards like this end of the catwalk, not here, because then the distance between you and the smoke, the distance between the smoke and the connector is way shorter. So let's say if the smoke is here, you have to run all the way without being covered. But if the smoke is here, it's way better for you, because once you dropped out the smoke, you're like already pretty close to the connector. So for this play I like to use the standard one where you just come in this corner right here and then just aim between those two lines and go a little bit to the right and then just release it. And with this smoke you can do things like that where you molly off window, you drop a flash, turn around, and then you just try to immediately fight the connector guy and look for kills. So the next thing you might want to be doing is peek on the right side of the smoke and fight with the window guy. In my opinion, there are two things that are really important when you want to have a smoke that is suited for this kind of a play. I personally want a smoke that allows me to get around this like part of the wall, because I think it can get really annoying when you have to fight from here or you're like stuck because the smoke is here and then you're like really exposed. And the second thing is you want to have a smoke where you can get here and you're still hidden to the connector so they can't see you. So the two smokes that I like to use for this play is the first one, you just get into this corner and like between those lines at the vertical line of this lower part from the antenna, so like this. And the second one is just get on the trash can and aim like this. They're pretty much the same, as you can see. And as you can already see, this space completely open. I can peek here and I'm still not exposed against anyone playing in the connector, so they can't see me, which is like a really good thing because you can safely go for this kind of a play and then fall back. The next thing you might want to do is peek window with an AWP from on top of the boxes. So in this case you want to have a smoke that is fairly close towards this part of the catwalk, because if it's too far towards the right, let's say probably this, as you can see when I'm jumping up here I'm already exposed to the window guy, and I want to have like space where I can move around to safely check my angle, like how I want to engage this fight. So you want to have it pretty close towards the left side. So for this one you can just use default lineup, but just go a little bit towards the left side instead of the right side. And then you will see it's pretty close to the left side. Then you can just hop up here, and you can see I can freely move around. He's not going to see me here, and I can safely look for the jewel that I want to take. And once you've cleared window and you didn't spot anyone, you can just safely fall off the boxes and then smoke window and continue with your mid control. So the last thing I wanted to show you is a way how you can use this smoke as kind of a one-way. And this is something that Navi used to do a lot back in the days when they had Guardian on the team. So they would have a smoke that is roughly in this area, and then they would have, let's see if we can get some bots here. They had someone boosting up Guardian, and he would try to look over the smoke and try to peek someone in the window area. So the way I like to throw the smoke is you just get into this corner right here, crouch, aim at the center piece of this antenna, and then just go up until you are at the height of this line. In my case, fortunately, this is just where the left side of my crosshair is. And then you get this smoke, and then you can boost someone up here. You can try to see if someone is sitting in mid. It might be hard to spot this on YouTube, but you can easily spot someone that is sitting here or even in the right side of the window. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I wanted to throw that out there because I see a lot of teams using like this default smoke time and time again, and they're not taking advantage of the possibilities that you have with the smoke. And that's basically it for the video, guys. I hope you guys liked it. Feel free to leave a like if you did. Feel free to give me a thumbs down if you didn't, but leave a comment on why you didn't like it so I can make it better next time. And if you like my content, subscribe to my channel to see more of it. And feel free to follow me on Twitter, which would be highly appreciated. So yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.